You ready?
I'm ready. I was waiting for the jam.
Hey, Central Mafia family, Sean Lardo here with my colleague, my good friend, my co-host, my co-facilitator of the Central Mafia user group, Juan Mack. Juan, how are you, sir?
I'm excited because we have our Central Mafia Meetup coming up. I'm ready to see everybody, collaborate, make new connections, learn all the good things that Central Mafia brings to the community.
Right. I'm gonna ask that question anyway, right? You do know I was gonna ask about
Oh,
why you want to attend.
are you asking now? Are you?
We've been doing this for quite some time. Why do you personally like to attend the event?
You and I have been doing this for a long time, and for the user groups, I've been participating, and a lot of other members have been participating for a long time. And the nice thing, about the this event is for all the MSPs to come in and get together, collaborate, and learn in a face-to-face environment, right, where we can talk to each other, see what our challenges are, see what we have in common, and leave with that knowledge and connection and actionable items at the end of the day that we can take back to our MSP.
Right. I would say this too. I think one of the big key takeaways for me has always been about the face-to-face interaction. I mean, we can do this stuff all day long on live streams. We can record stuff. We can go on social media, post stuff. But at the end of the day, a face-to-face meeting is so invaluable at times. It's also like for it's one thing to be again. I can call my friends and talk to them, but to be side by side, shoulder to shoulder with them, and be able to to share experiences, the hands-on is really, really an important piece at one point. And for vendors, it's really important because MSPs are always looking for why vendors, if they're serious, and there's a level of expectation of investment that needs to occur, right? Vendors need to invest in being at places because if they don't come anywhere, that either they don't care or they may not be financially sound, or take your pick. There's numerous things that people will think right away.
Yeah, and I think the other thing is it creates that stickiness, right, between people because we have that human connection
Mm-hmm.
there. There's a lot of virtual events that take place, and you don't get that chance to be inside a session and turn to that person next to you, and then just collaborate right away, or be able to hear somebody else ask a question, and later on it's like, oh well, I need to talk to that person later on, because I have a follow up for that, or I'm having the exact same problem, or I may have the solution for that, or have an idea. So and then you just have that conversation, and when you leave, you have either their phone number, their LinkedIn, their email, and you can follow up with them, and that has happened so many times as we talk to other partners. That's the beauty of this group, right? So we can they leave, and then they have that other person they can reach out to.
What would you say is a real world takeaway that MSP should expect from this?
I think that the way the Central Mafia tailors this event is very special because we want to connect the MSPs through education, right? So what they're going to do is going to go in, and they're going to gain knowledge and be able to walk away with actionable items that they will be able to implement right away. And I think that's I was going to mention, like with the with the vendors, one of the things that we do with our sponsors is we want this to be educational for everybody, and walk away with something new that you learned, and that you create. No, you don't learn something, but you create that connection also with that vendor, that that at one point is not something that you might need right now, but that there's somebody else now that you can reach out to if that comes up.
I'd agree with that. I'd even add to the fact that I think one thing, and this is more about my personal experience, I guess, too. One thing I like that's been able to happen is this group has it is a very comfortable environment, but it's fun also. And I feel like as long as you keep things fun, engaging, and comfortable, then the level of experience just raises significantly, and not just the level of experience, but that's where that osmosis occurs, right? And those really good quality conversations you want to have. And the vendors, like the partners, like the MSPs, they literally are all part of the same group. Nobody, you can come to our event and not know who's who really.
Correct. And speaking of, having you know, talk about the fun environment, we do have a fun plan for this user group coming up for this meetup. We have a fun agenda. I mean, we plan the day before the networking, so everybody can come in, relax, meet everybody. We have our cornhole tournament, so everybody can engage, and then we kick it off the next day early in the morning. We're gonna have our general session with updates. We have one of my favorite things of the I think of the whole user group is our panel or a discussion panel, because early in the morning we want to start those conversations, not only for the people that be part of the panel and they're or knowledge experts, but then you can see that interaction on all the different tables, and then we'll break, and we have a lot of sessions. We have 6 sessions planned for the afternoon.
For me, it's actually for me, it really is about those short sessions. For me are great, 45 minutes in and out, hearing from a vendor about an actual use case within their product line and how to apply it into the day-to-day business is important. And it's not a I think people understand that there's no product pitches taking place here. This is completely partner led. You guys are actually the ones picking how the content is going to be structured. So it should be all workshop based.
And that's what we call the central mafia, not just a community for the MSPs and is by the MSPs. That's what on all of the live stream, we're always asking, for all that feedback, and that's how we tailor this event, all based on feedback from the community.
What would you consider be a favorite part of your any favorite thing that happened in the past for Central Mafia? Any of our meetups?
My favorite on our last meetup, my favorite thing was the when we did the open discussions on the tables. It's something different that we tried with it. We weren't sure if it was going to work out or not. So instead of having a panel, it's like, let's ask everybody questions, and it's amazing how many people grabbed the mic and wanted to provide their answers, or give a topic of discussion. So for me, my favorite part of going to the user group is that it's just listening to the partners talk, listening to the vendors and the partners connect, and then on top of that, obviously all the add-ons that we have for all the different activities, and then just walking away, at the end of the day, be able to celebrate all that. But yeah, for me, it's all the partner interactions that we get.
I would say I agree. I think watching Richard dance was my favorite past experience. Him and Vanessa both dancing, and that was. I mean, that's something maybe somebody should or should never see. I'm not quite sure.
I was trying to picture it's like Richard dancing, but now that you that you mentioned, yeah, on stage dancing, yes, absolutely. And it's just the way we try to make things a little bit different, a little bit fun, right? Just to make everybody comfortable.
So personally, to you, how has you being part of Central Mafia community impacted your business or even your mindset?
Personally, and throughout my journey, I think I came to understand that when it comes to MSP, in your business, you're not in a bubble. You cannot run your business in a bubble. We all provide different types of services. We all have our different ways of doing it, but um, we always want to share we should share what we're doing with others. And I think that has been the biggest value for me. I think every single time I go to any of the networking events, has been creating that connection and having somebody else that I can reach out to And also has taught me to be open about it. I think that's on the conversation with last week with Tony. That's one of the things that he said, right? So be vulnerable, be open. Um, so and all people will do the same. So for me, that has been, has helped me a lot uh, with my personal growth, and also, trying to bring all those new ideas back into the business, to allow us to, provide more services for our clients, be more efficient, how to utilize our tools, or even like new partnerships with some of the vendors that we meet, right? Because they are able to solve a problem that we didn't know how to address.
I think the important thing for me is that, and something that's helped me is coming to the group has given me, it gives me a better understanding of MSP's needs. It also gives me a better aspect as to how to connect vendors and partners, MSPs better, because I think there's always a disconnect where vendors don't get a chance to be in the right room with the right conversation. So it's impacted me and just my approach to business and relationship building as a whole. So I thoroughly appreciate that. The last bit here is everybody watching this that sees this, you have nothing to lose by registering for the event. It's a free event for MSPs. And for owners, everything about sending your users, you need, the reason why you send your users is because we provide a lot of good content to educate them within their respected field, that whatever the responsibility is in in your business. It gives them a chance to learn from their peers that have done this for many years in many cases. And some are still new, but they're learning as well. So it's a way to share information. You don't got to pay anything from the be there. So why not let them learn some things? For owners, why should you come? Well, again, I'm constantly learning, and so I'm sure that you are as well. So why not come out there, get some good content, learn some things, but then also do some window shopping with some vendors because they're going to be there.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you just said it right. It's a free event, and for all those who don't know what the Central Mafia is, if you're new to the Central Mafia, come join us over in Burr Ridge on April 24th. You'll find out, and it is not only that day. We are engaged all year long to continue that education for everybody in your company. And we have multiple ways to connect, to stay engaged, and just come over and find out and join our community for sure.